Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of X4 on our Star Wars Interworlds 0.73 playthrough. We are back in the pirate playthrough, and we are in our little Nimbus that we bought last episode just to kind of have a little fly around and test out. It's proven to be a very good little scout ship. It's quick, it's nimble, and you know, it's a good little craft. Now, I have done a few things off camera. I believe I said I was going to do these things. Basically, we are currently in Siripar because I'm trying to find the Empire Strikes Back moment then. I'm trying to find Lando Calrissian. No, I'm trying to find the ICG's actual shipyard. Not shipyard, wharf. Because we found the shipyard, which is fantastic. I'm looking for their wharf because we found the HKD, which, surprise, surprise, they're in Geonosis. Who would have thought that they would be in Geonosis? Who would have funked that? I should have funked that, bearing in mind Geonosis was kind of like sort of one of the mainstay of the Clone Wars, where a lot of things were built for the Geonosian army. But the main thing is we've found both the wharf and the shipyard, which means with a little bit of silvered palms, we will be able to get the Munificent class, which is kind of like the small, well, it's a destroyer. It's like a little support battleship. We'll be able to get the Recusant, which is the spiky raider boy. And we will also, more importantly, be able to get hold of the Geonosian cruiser, which I fancy a couple of these. They're expensive, but I do fancy at least two of these for our little fleet. They've not got a particularly big ship capacity, so we're going to probably put some fairly tough ships in this, some fairly tough small ships in this particular one. There's also like hard cells we could potentially look at. We could look at the big Lucas, but if we went that, we'd probably buy the battle cruiser version. The other thing I've done is we've basically started building a number of stations in the ICG territory. Our Honest Energy company. With the Honest Energy Company is essentially, because we're a criminal organisation, this is our front. This is our money laundering front. For the ICG, you need three three stations. So down here we can see you need 3 stations, and you need to make a grand total of 6,050,000 credits with them. So they'll start plugging away at that. That means once we get his reputation up, we're going to be able to buy our big boy ships. So this one's not offered for sale. How very dare you? That is rude. I guess with a hull of like over 4 million, you don't want to be able to spam these out, do you? How much are they though? 109 million. That's an expensive ship. That's just for the hull. But we will definitely be able to get some Providence classes, which I very much fancy. The rest of them we can probably buy from the other. There's the repair ship, the auxiliary ship. We might get an auxiliary ship. We might get this one. But these are a big lumbering beast. They're not the most mobile. They do tend to, especially if you're in sector with them, they make it very hard. Now, the reason I want the wharf so much for the ICG is because they have the things like, not the vulture droids, the tri-droids. I would have thought it would have been in Hyporia with the rest of the stuff, or even in these sectors, but they're not. I know I'm missing a couple of other bits. There's like Kessel, which I believe belongs to the ICG. There's up kind of like this way. There's a number of different systems and sectors, which I've got my little drone. I call him drone. My little Z95. He's exploring away to himself. Let's just double check his orders. Z95. Yes, orders. I want you to explore down here. What's that? That's just a crappy defense station. Because we could, like I said, we could do with trying to find the wharf and stuff like that, because I do really fancy some tri-fighters and that. But this episode, because we are going to need reputation with the Geonosians, I thought I might have a look at see what missions they've got, as well as start buying as licenses to be able to buy the little, some of the stuff. Because we've found Tatooine, it's next door to Geonosis. Too many Geonosians. Excuse me. I think this is going to be our staging ground. It's ideal if we focus mainly on making a kind of like a mixed fleet of ICG ships with Kaminoan fighters. We will probably be able to muster them in Geonosis and then head into Tatooine. Let me just do a quick scan here. I know I've found the wharf before. I know it exists. I know they sell tri-fighter droids because I remember looking at them. I just don't remember where. Ooh, you're an unknown object. Pray tell, where do you go? Let's have a look at this one. But yeah, we could do with some kind of like missions or something like that to start getting us rep up with the Geonosians. We're currently at where is ICG independent? We're +1, so we're kind of there. We're starting to get money. We've not made anything from the stations at the minute, but I don't even think the stations are completed, if I'm honest. I have had it running for maybe about an hour or something like that. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get the production modules up and running, so these will start going. The other thing we could put... Oh no, it's Tatooine. The other thing we could probably do with doing is getting some more trade ships, so we can start expanding a bit. Our Lux, that's the name of it, isn't it? It's making a lot of money, but it is bottlenecking. We could do with having a look at it. I think it's because basically we're not producing enough quick enough. Essentially. So if we look at our logical overview, this is going to kind of be probably a bit more of a tradie episode, and that, yeah, if you look at this, we are short on ice a little bit, but we are full on these. The bottlenecks coming with the contraband alcohol and the hut spice actual production. So I think what we'll probably do then, early on, we'll start bolting on some... No, we won't, because I've just remembered what we need to do. Because one of the reasons it's taken so long to be able to get these stations up and running is because... confirm. Trying to find builders in this game is a bit naff. So unless you have coverage and can actually see in an area, you don't know where the builders are. So when you go into kind of like the build menu, which we'll go into a minute, we can't find the ships, which makes it rather problematic when you're trying to actually build. So we're going to buy our own builder. I didn't really want to do this, but I feel like it's probably necessary. Now, do you sell builders? You do. How much for a low? We're probably going to be better off making a custom one. Right, so you need engines, and you need probably need. Does it need shields? I mean, we're going to save 100 coin. We'll keep them on for the minute. It only needs those Mark 1 ones because I don't care how manoeuvrable it is. Ideally, it does need some shields because there's a potential it might be carrying some goods. I don't really care about the weapons on it, as long as it's got some just in case. Just so it can, like, if any Vong jump it or anything like that, just so it's got something that it can fire back with, because it's got the hull most of the time. Docking computer, if it doesn't need it, it's not going to have it. This probably won't dock with anything anyway. It'll be the AI that has to deal with that one. Does need that. We'll get a basic scanner, and it does need trading software. They're all mandatory, so we'll stick with the mandatory stuff. Right, we'll give it 10 of them, 5 of them, and then the rest of it in those. We will give it some flares, but we'll give it 10 flares. So it's got some countermeasures. Needs captain and all service crew. Doesn't need marines on this. That will come to 9 million if we were to buy it from there. Let's just PIR builder it, because this is not the only place that we can buy builders from. There's also, I'm pretty sure these guys sell them. So 9.5 million builder. Alright, so we're already cheaper there. We're going to pause that because that's a decent price, I think, for a builder. And then our other option, who else might sell them? So that was those guys. That was those. What about you guys? You're probably not going to sell me anything, are you? Oh, you would, but it's 6 million for the hull already, so that is a no-no. And then we've got these guys. Buy ship. It is sometimes worthwhile looking at different options. 12 million, yeah. I mean, the other downside of this, we would have to basically fly it across to Lux, which is not a major problem. It's just time, and you know, you spend enough time in this game doing stuff like that. And that's 8 million. Gee whiz. So the Enote Federation are our best bet as it stands at the minute. So we need 8. We're going to need about 9 million. How much can we squeeze out of these places? Nothing yet because we've just drained them. Alright, no worries. So, what to do? Is there any missions? Anything we can kind of grind? Weaken enemy forces, destroy, use on Vong, any ship. I don't really want to do that. I'm not having good luck with the Vong. That's trash tier stuff. I mean, we could sell some ships, but we haven't really got many. Anyway, I like my little defense fleet that we've got down at Lux. So I think we're just gonna have to kind of like bite the bullet for the minute. Oh no, we didn't. We haven't found any Black Sun shipyards, have we? I don't even know if the Black Sun have any shipyards, like other than the one in what do you call it? Up in Hook, which which is all the way up there. Right, so what shall we do, guys and girls? Shall we? So we're in Geonosian space. Let's have a look at how much we're going to need for these licenses. I think is a good idea. We'll have a fly through Tatooine. Let's see about sorting that. I mean, we might get lucky. We'll start planning the extension on Lux. Because what I'm thinking about doing is adding on an extra brewery and an extra spice lab plan build. If you've not noticed yet, Lux is deliberately on the slightest of wonks when I built it. It's all intentional. Because it's meant to be all janky and stuff. It's a bit broken. Right, so Chem Lab. What does the Chem Lab look like again? I mean, it doesn't cost us anything to expand either. It's such a big station. What are you saying you can attach to? There's something up here. Let's have a look. What's the mountain points? So it's either front or back. You have got some points on the side, but we're not going to be able to get onto those. We might need to make a little bit of... Mind you, have you got... Yeah, you've got front and back. Oh, you can stick it on the side of our... admin block, maybe? Oh, where's it gone? Ah, we've lost it. I'm sure there's some more. Alright, you need to turn around that way a bit. I'm sure that there's something on this side. There should be. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Right, so that is another chemical lab. And the brewery, what does the brewery look like? The brewery's only got the bottom thing on it. I mean, the other thing we could do is actually attach it to the little defensey drone things we've got. I have a brewery on top of the... Oh, that could work. I quite like that idea. But I like the idea, but I don't like the look of it. Tell you what, we will flip it this way. That'll do. Should auto find on that. Let's zoom out a bit. We should. There we go. There we go. So we've got another spice lab. We've got another brewery. Confirm those changes. Assigned and or hire a builder. And that this is the problem that we're finding. So unless we look out and find something. Slaughter. I mean, annoyingly, sometimes what will happen is something will just fly across or fly past you. I mean, they sometimes hang out outside a faction's wharf, but yeah, that is just slightly annoying. It's a bit of a time waste, to be honest. Come on, guys, where are you hiding? No, right. So yeah, so what we're going to do, now I have mentioned in the past, so X4 is updating to 7.7. I think we're currently on 6.2 for X4, the actual game. So I said it in the last video, I'll say it in this video as well. If you are thinking about getting X4 to specifically run this mod, you need to make sure you change the version to one of the legacy versions, which is currently 6.20. You can do it on the Steam menu. There's plenty of options in there's plenty of videos and stuff like that on YouTube, and you know, just Google it. If people are really struggling and you want to see a video how to kind of run the old version of X4, please do drop it down in the comments. I will quite happily show that off, because it's very easy to do, and without it you can't play the mod, because the mod's not compatible with 7. It won't work. So yeah, you'd be missing out. The developers did put an announcement out on Discord to basically say it's going to be added in very soon, like the next mod of this, which will be if we're on 0.72, 0.73, or they might go to 0.80 with it being a new version of the game. They are working making it compatible, but obviously these things take time. So yeah, yeah, you're not going to replay it if you use the newer version, which kind of like brings us on to the point that I originally started before I confused myself. We're already at a bloody station. Were you playing it? Shift and D. Let's go and dock. What were we talking about? Updates. Yeah, when the new update does drop, which, you know, it usually speaking, the mod team's pretty quick with stuff. It's usually a few months between different versions. I'm going to assume that the new version of the mod is going to be basically completely new games, which unfortunately happens in mods, especially stuff that's in alpha. Things get updated, things don't work anymore. These series will have to be either reset, like we did with the Imperial one, or scrapped for something completely new. Unfortunately, that's just kind of like the way things rock and roll sometimes. So yeah, let me. Ooh, how do I get out of this ship? You're kidding. You're kidding. I have to get out of the front. What are you talking about? What's your name? So yeah, so this is kind of like going to be like a limited kind of like playthrough, unfortunately. Which I kind of knew at the beginning anyway. That's why we've not got particularly ambitious goals on this one. We're just going for the huts. And that's why we're kind of steaming ahead, build battle fleet to take on huts. The huts, as far as I'm aware, aren't particularly tough or hard to beat. They do have venators, a hut venator. But I mean, saying that, your skills are far too high. You might be worth a... There you go, you were a Marine. You are now going to be a manager at that place. You're welcome. Aww. It's okay. Go away now. Thank you. What about you? What do you do?
Hello.
Whew, 400,000? I don't think so. Yeah, so I'm just hiring some managers and stuff like that. Hello. You don't want to be hired? What about you?
Hello.
Hello. Can we hire you to work at Ryloth? Hire as a manager? No, because it's not built it yet. Sorry, mate. I do like your whole attire. It's very cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is a good look. I love that jacket. Like, in real life, I wish I could pull things like that off. But, you know, I don't have the physique, so to speak, to pull them off. And yeah, just look a bit daft. Oh, you got a nice jacket as well. Very Jedi-esque robes. Cool. Let's have a look at some of the other little maintenance missions as well. Just while we let that money tick up. Our missions. So we have got that mission to take out some hut pirates, which would be pretty easy. You want cargo drones. You want a builder. You want cargo drones. You want cargo drones. They do need cargo. Well, ideally they need cargo drones. Logical overview. Select tradable words. Drones. I'm just going to put 2 drones in each. Like I said, they're not. The stations in essentially. I gotta double click that and it go to my actual station. Hyporia. Logical overview. 1, 2. There we go. Look at that. And we'll go into here. We will give you the money you require to be able to go and do that. Confirm. And yeah, so we're just waiting. Cool. Right, so I'll dive in the old Nimbus. We'll go into Setter. That's why I started that conversation. Yeah, because too much Setter breaks the game. But I'm not that worried about it because this game's this particular playthrough's, you know, on limited time. And look how cool that ship is. So lovely and squattish. Thank you. Let me in my ship. I didn't want. Nope.
Sir?
You can get out of my way, and you can let me have my ship back. Thank you. Yeah, that's why this whole update thing conversation started, wasn't it? It was because I was on about using Setter. Oh, I was about to say I'm going to use Setter just to pass time and stuff like that, because we don't have to worry about it breaking the game as such. I mean, it doesn't break it. It doesn't make it unplayable, but it does cause a few little glitches if you use it too much. Such as the original Imperial campaign, where apparently we used 3 days worth of Setter somehow. But yeah, cool. Right, so I'll be back in a minute when some of those stations are built and when we've got enough money to buy a builder and we can upgrade our Lux space station. Welcome back. It's a few minutes have passed. We've still not got the money, but a mission to destroy some mines popped up. Our favourite mission in the whole wide world, and I thought we'd basically use it to take the Nimbus through its paces and just kind of like test it out, gun ranges and all stuff like that. It has got a single missile launcher, however somebody forgot to buy some missiles for it, so you know, range on it is a little bit short, I will be honest. Can't say I'm a fan of that. Can't say I'm a fan of that. Is it really only 2 clicks? Wow, they're mega danger close lasers. Woo! I mean, how I would use a Nimbus in combat would probably be very similar to an A-Wing, which would be zipping up fairly close and, you know, strafing runs. Doesn't always work particularly well in this game. Because I don't think the are these the pulse lasers I've got on this? I don't remember. They're not the kind of like the most powerfulest. So you find that if you get a couple of volleys off, by the time they've come down. Oh look, Sith Empire mines. By the time you've actually managed to do a couple of strafing rooms, the shields have already regened. Tactics like that usually work best if you're in a swarm. That's what I find anyway. I mean, I do really enjoy. I'm not as quick. Obviously, part of it's to do with age and stuff like that. But I do really like kind of like dogfighting flight simulators. Like, I remember the days of, what is it, Combat Flight Simulator. It's either Combat Flight Simulator 2 or Combat Flight Simulator 3, if there was a 3. Microsoft Combat Flight Simulator. They were really, really good, kind of like Second World War. Where is that? Is that actually inside the... Oh, you're going to blow up. We don't have to worry about that one. There we go. Mission accomplished. Oh no, there's one left. Yeah, they were really, really good dogfighting games. I'm sure it was 3 because I remember playing it online back in the good old days. I even used to put my own little simulator up because one of my favouriteest fighters was the Tempest, I think it was, and because I was young and rebellious and being kind of like, you know, a bit edgy, I suppose, in my head anyway. Now it's just dorkish. I made a little server because you could have the online servers, and it was called Any Fokker Welcome, because a Fokker is a German fighter plane, and you know it sounds a bit like the rude word. So yeah, so I used to go on that a lot, and I got pretty good with it. I had my joystick. I had my old Saytech Cyberforce Evo 2, which is a fantastic little joystick. And yeah, I used to, because it had jets in it as well. Like some of the Halberdier Vampire and some of the German jets and stuff like that. And even though I was technically in a prop plane, I used to be able to pretty handily beat them in my Tempest. The only thing I couldn't do is keep up with them speed wise. But yeah, I do like a good dogfighting game. Like I used to play War Thunder a lot as well. But the problem I find with War Thunder is I stopped playing War Thunder. I've actually recently deleted my account because no matter how I change my passwords on it or anything like that, I find that it gets hacked quite a bit. I got a notification the other day to say someone had logged in, so I went in, changed the password. While I was in there, I had a look at the history. I've not played the game in a while, and my account has essentially had logins from all over the world. I mean, it could be kind of like your VPN IP bouncing around and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not a game that, especially because there's a lot of kind of like pay to win aspects on it with your account details and stuff like that. It's not something I think I felt particularly happy with, so that has been deleted, unfortunately. But yeah, I do like a good dogfighting game. If anyone knows any, I've played World of Warplanes and I didn't really get on with it. My favourite, the favourite of the World of War series ones was the naval one. I thought the naval one was absolutely fantastic. Right, that's another million. We are going to need some money for that, but we're not worried about that at the minute. We want to buy our ship. How much does that give us? 5 million. Right, so we're partly there. We might actually, because we can always upgrade these ships, we might be able to buy a low preset one. Was it the Enote Federation that had the cheapest one? It was, wasn't it? Large. Bobo the Builder. What's one on a low preset? It would be 6 million. What about on a minimum preset? Let's just pause it a minute. Oh, the hull's gone up to 1 million. How much is the total? Oh, so the total, regardless, would be 6 million. What's that looking at? With one can, that would take so long to build anything. Alright, so we are going to have to wait. Which is a pity, but there you go. Right, so unless we got any other missions, demonstrate our presence, patrol Geonos, we'll do that one. I'm doing these 2 reasons. 1, get money. And then 2, just basically get his reputation up with the Geonosians so we can get those lovely large ships. So this is a 20-minute patrol mission. I'm probably just going to park somewhere and put it in setter. So that's not particularly interesting to watch. What are you?
Unknown station.
Where am I? Ooh, it's super secret station. Oh, is that a... No, it wouldn't be a Vong station, would it? Because they turn up as unknown objects. Let's have a fly over there. Let's have a look at this station. And then, like I said, what we'll do, we'll just wait. So main goal for this mission is buy our builder, so we can upgrade Lux. Once Lux is upgraded and we get some more money out of it, we should be in a better position, because we are going to need quite a bit of income to get these ships. Well, that was a sad disappointment. We're going to need quite a few million. And Lux has got with the way it's already kind of like, I would say it's running at kind of like maybe 30-40% efficiency, if we're kind of honest with ourselves. The way it is running, it is kind of like making us some good money, but we like, if you were doing like a non let's play one, it would actually be quite good. We could just leave it kind of doing what it's doing and making its money and slowly trickle it in. But obviously we're not doing that. We need the money to get our series. 'Cause look at that, it's already made 300,000. So yeah, I'll see you very soon once we've got our cash for our builder, and then we'll get that straight to work and basically getting Lux upgraded, and then we'll take it from there. We'll see what we're like for time, and see what else is going on. Alright, welcome back. So we are extremely close to our goal. It's not that long. One thing I've noticed is the Honest Energies aren't making us any money as it stands at the moment. Ryloth won't make us any money at the minute because it's not completed, but I'm not sinking the 4 million it wants in just yet. So what we need to do is, we're making the energy cells, but it'll do it on the automatic pricing. What we want to do is override that. And for just energy cell stations, this is something I tend to do. This automatic pricing is usually based on other stations and where they can get it from, etc. But what I tend to do is, if it's just energy cells, I put it down to the minimum amount. That way, it's always going to be like more likely to sell in a region. There you go. They're already coming in to basically buy from us. So that's 11,000 energy cells at 10 credits each. So, you know, that's 110,000 pennies, credits, unless my maths is completely wrong, which, you know, let's face it, it could be. So we're just going to do that. That way these should start making us more money. There we go. If we lower those amounts, is this going to give us more money as well? There you go. Look at that. Unknown ship. 11,000. Bish bash bosh. We're making the monies. It's a good way to kind of get money really quick. Because energy cells don't cost you anything to make. To me, it seems daft trying to charge the most for it. If you're already established and money's not an issue, then it's worth probably trying to get the most for it you possibly can. But we're not bothered about that at the minute. We just want more money, more money. The New Republic are slapping the Imperial Ascendancy, which we were expecting. So a couple of problems we're probably going to run into is when the New Republic starts running into these systems and taking out the Anount Federation, our ships that are selling contraband goods are going to basically get attacked by the New Republic. So it might be worthwhile putting claim modules on these ones, so these sectors will be ours, but the New Republic might still attack them. If they start sending patrols in, I don't know how they'll work. Up here should be fine, because I doubt the New Republic will want... Well, mind you, saying that, the New Republic will probably move in and kill the Black Sun as well. But we'll see. It usually takes them a very long time to actually get down here. So yeah, so we should... Have we got enough now? Let's have a look. You cannot give orders. I don't want to give orders. I want to buy a ship. Please. Thank you. Builder. Add. Confirm. Thank you. Right. So, a couple of things we need to do. We're prioritising this because this is going to make us more money. So let us empty the old bank accounts. There you go, 40,000 credits. You're already making me money. Our Bespin power plant's doing well as well. And then all that money can go in there. And then once we've got Lux up and running, we will get Ryloth's power plant up and running. Honest Energy. It's Honest Energy. Honest. So yeah, that's kind of going pretty damn well. Finish off the episode then. We will have a little look in Tatooine. Get an idea of what we will potentially be needing and coming up against. And then next episode, if I get a chance, we'll see about doing some fleet building. Might go after the Hutt pirates down in an Oak Federation space. I don't know. It kind of makes sense to go after the Hutt pirates, I think. We could potentially do a little bit of a raid on them. I think definitely the first stations of the Hutt pirates we take out.
Jump completed.
We're going to go in and slice their defence terminals. Now, I seem to remember when you take out their defences, it lasts for something like 5 hours. So what we could potentially do is go to all the Hutt stations that we're planning on taking out, disable all their defences, and then use our fleets to basically attack them, which in theory we shouldn't take any losses, or very minimal losses. It's going to be kind of like whatever fighters they have to take us out, because I'm assuming it's 5 hours real time, rather than 5 hours in-game time. I don't even know what in-game time is classed as, or if this is classed as a real-time kind of game.
Pirate Freeport.
So there's a pirate Freeport there. That's interesting.
Autopilot engaged.
So, I mean, what do we actually know about these pirate Freeports? Have we got any loadout on them? We don't. We'd need to fly around and scan them and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a hut defense station. We'll do a quick scan as well. As far as I'm aware, Tatooine is kind of isolated from hut space. Oddly, we could probably do with finding out where you go to get to hut space. Is it from? Yeah, it's Bothaway, isn't it? So you skip up through Bothaway. So we could potentially drop down. We'd need to buy a bunch of defense modules. Hut ship technologies. Let's do a quick scan. There's not actually as much as I thought there would be. I mean, the Tatooine system is pretty damn big. Attacking hut pirate stuff won't trigger the huts directly, I don't think, either. They don't like it when you attack hut pirates, especially if it's in their sector. They tend to get monk on. The pirates send out the distress beacons and stuff like that. ICG shouldn't get involved either, especially if we're not attacking stuff in their space. So I think we should be safe. Like I said, the huts do have a bunch of pirate bases down here. You've got these medical facilities. One down here. The rest of it is Black Sun, but we could potentially. Was that Vong in the sump? Yeah, it was. It's in red. Red. That was the Vong armored beacon. And then what's this place? Pharmaceutical goods owned by the Hut Cartel. So yeah, we've got a pretty good idea of what we need. Let's name you Jasmine. Or Jasmine. Spell it how it sounds. That's the way I was raised. Probably why I'm not the best at spelling things. Coupled with dyslexia, always a fun time. Build. Yeah, the Disney princess, Jasmine. You know, that famous build a Disney princess. Who was the? Oh, is it Brave? Rename that Brave. Brave. How do you know so much about Disney princesses, Gumption? Well, the reason I know so much about Disney princesses is because my fiance loves Disney. So I watch a lot of Disney films. In fact, I proposed to. We went all the way to Disney World so I could propose to her in front of the Disney Castle. Which, you know, I thought was a very nice romantic gesture. But yeah, she loves Disney, which you know, when you're in a long-term a relationship with someone. If they love something, it means you love something. There's something Samuel L. I think it's what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson's character in Pulp Fiction. That's what he says, isn't it? When he's talking to what's his face? The guy right at the beginning. I don't remember his name. But yeah, he basically says to him that he's eating a cheeseburger. Is it a Wendy's burger or something like that? And Samuel's like, "Oh, is that the new burger from so and so?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he said, "Can I take a bite of your nice burger?" He's doing this to this kid at gunpoint. He's not a nice man, really. He's like, "Yeah, okay." And he's like, "So my girlfriend's a vegetarian, which basically makes me a vegetarian." Oh, it's such a good film, Pulp Fiction. I need to watch it. I've not seen it in years. Good film. All the Tarantino stuff was pretty good. Oh, Reservoir Dogs as well.
High-tech factory.
Reservoir Dogs is a good film. Anyway, so we're getting the money in. We're getting looks updated. We'll probably take the scarabs and put those on Queen Amidala's Revenge. Queen Amidala's Revenge is going to be our flagship in the fleet. Like I say, I'm wanting two Geonosian frigates. What are you? Yeah, two Geonosian frigates as kind of like flankers, and quite a bit of ICG stuff. The Thrawn, I can't remember if it's just called the Thrawn Anthology, the audio book. It's the canon version of Thrawn stuff from Star Wars now. It's his kind of like how he was found by the Empire, how he became Grand Admiral, and how he worked up through the ranks, you know, because being an alien with bright blue eyes in the Empire, surprisingly, is quite a hard thing. The Empire was very xenophobic, like didn't like aliens at all. So Thrawn was kind of like shunned. It was because the Emperor Papa P liked him and wanted to know about where he came from and the unknown regions and stuff like that, where Thrawn basically lives. He got him into the Imperial Academy, and the story kind of throws that. And his nemesis, I believe, is called Night Song or something like that. So Night Song is this kind of like criminal mastermind. There's a lot of Sherlock Holmes vibes to it. On Thrawn is kind of like he's going through all these things of getting his commissions, and you know, starting off as a lieutenant and then a captain and then commanding various different things and being a gunnery officer and stuff like that. And he's kind of like constantly building himself up whilst having this little, trying to figure out who this guy Night Song is, who's kind of like kindling the sort of rebellion and doing all sorts of other bits and bats like that. It's quite good. And Night Song at one part uses a bunch of droid fighters, or gets a planet to use a bunch of droid fighters to attack this Imperial fleet. So he's kind of like a bit of the inspiration using the droid stuff. Unfortunately, because like if we look at the ships, they do have the I don't think we ever used any of these on the last playthrough, but if on the Rebel one, I think it was the Rebel one, we bought quite a few vultures and hyenas to basically fill up the Luca that we had, but they were crap. Basically, they all pretty much got wiped out. They are a very cheap fighter, which is a good thing, but they're not very effective. They're kind of like low hull, low shields, pretty slow, pretty stupid. The only upside is they don't need a crew because the droid operated, and they're really cheap. But yeah, so if we can use some tri droids, maybe some tri droids will work. Some tri fighters. They're like the Trade Federation interceptors. They're pretty nasty. I don't know what else the Trade Federation has, if I'm 100% honest on the old fighter department, but we'll see. Heavier fighters, we're probably going to use things like Kiraxes, because I know Kiraxes are pretty good. Like the Kirax, we love the Kirax. The Kirax is such a good fighter. On our Bounty Hunter one, Kiraxes did some good work for pirate stuff. So yeah, I'm going to end it there because we have got the builder. We are buying the resources. Where is our builder? Is it arrived? Where's Bob? Where's Brave? Oh, Brave is slowly trundling on. A couple of jumps. So we'll get that built. That should up our efficiency on looks. So then it should start making more and more money, because at the minute, as I said, the bottleneck does seem to be the fact that we have all the resources. So we might need to buy some more miners. We have the resources coming in. That's not a problem. These are all full to capacity. The bit that's choking it is these production parts. We're not getting enough contraband alcohol sorted. And oh, you stupid boy! I thought we'd done a hut spice lab. We've not. We've done a hut chemical lab, haven't we? Pause. It's a good job we recapped on that. Yeah, chemical lab. We don't need another chemical lab. That would make things worse. Oh, god damn it! Right, because this is going to break everything. Remove. It's a spice lab we need. That's going to remove that. What's your... Oh, you've got stupid little... Right, you can actually go... you need to go 90 degrees yonder. Too far. And then you need to go 180 that way. And then that way. Can I just grab the thing, not the bloody... This is the downside of having a large station. This game's not very good at dealing with it. Like controls wise. I mean, you could quote user error, which you'd be more than entitled to. But yeah, it's not the most intuitive design, like station designer. Really. Right, I can go there. And the brewery. So the problem with the brewery is it's like a dead end Like it's only a one trick pony sort of thing. Like you've only got one connection point on them. Alright, can I please have you there? Confirm module changes. Right, yeah. So that those things should fix everything. Glad we caught that, because I would have kicked myself somewhat. And the game's paused as well, right? So that'll sort those out. ChemLab, which should, if we look at that logical overview again, yeah, that should get us hut spice. That should double our production. We might even need to kind of like double it again to start chewing through some of this. What's our workforce like? We don't have much of a workforce, but that's because we don't have much coming in the food ration department. That's fine. We can sort stuff like that out. We might have to bite the bullet and buy some food ration stuff. But yeah, that's more for next episode. We'll get that all done and dusted at a later date. For now, though, I have been Captain Jack Gumption. Thank you for watching, and until next time.